Hi, this is Dr. Stephen Evans with Outclick Magazine, and today we get to talk to one of my favorite people in all of South Florida, and I have got to work with the best of the best, and this is probably the best of the best of the best, and that is Dr. Gary Keating, who is now the former director of the Fort Lauderdale Gay Men's Chorus. Dr. Keating, welcome to today's program.
Oh, it's my pleasure, Steve. Nice to see you again.
Good to see you, Gary. You have the wonderful title now of artistic director emeritus of the Gay Men's Chorus of South Florida. You were the founder, creator, and mover of the Fort Lauderdale Gay Men's Chorus. I think I've got all the titles correct, but welcome, Gary.
Well, I can tell you, I can fill in the blanks there a little, Steve, for you.
Okay.
The chorus that I founded in 1986, the first gay chorus in Florida, was the Gay Men's Chorus of South Florida. And then the name was changed in 2003 to Fort Lauderdale Gay Men's Chorus. So now that the Fort Lauderdale Chorus is reuniting with the Gay Men's Chorus of South Florida, feels like we've come full circle, and it's wonderful.
Yeah. So tell us about this is, and I tell everyone, this is what an amazing legacy you are leaving forth for generations to come to influence people and the musical and the cultural influence it will. But take us back and tell us when you started the chorus and what that was like, helping everyone to remember it was a different point in time in our culture. So it was not just today's challenges, but the challenges of then.
Oh, absolutely. And it's not like we still don't have plenty of challenges. Our work is still cut out for us. But in 1986, there really hadn't been anything that was active in South Florida other than the wonderful Sunshine Cathedral MCC Church and the Gay Synagogue. And really, after Anita Bryant, people just shied away from doing anything big and public. It was a tough time. And I happened to be in New York to see the New York City Gay Men's Chorus, not realizing there was such a thing as a Gay Men's Chorus, and thought this would be a unique and wonderful experience in South Florida. And selfishly, I had a master's in choral conducting that I wasn't using. And I thought we can combine this and make something special. And it turned out to be way more special than I could ever have imagined. And that the very first concert that we did in December of 1986 at the Gusman Center for the Performing Arts in Miami, we sold out the 1,500 plus seats with people sitting on the stairs.
Wow.
And the following week, we turned away people at Parker Playhouse.
Wow. Wow. I mean, you've already alluded to it, the moment when you said, this is what I have to do and why I have to do it. It sounds like you remember that you answered the question before I got there, but that moment in time when you said, this is it and it's sink or swim.
Yes, yes. And I'm not, as I look back now, I thought, where the devil did you get the courage to do that, to take that giant step? It was completely different than anything that I had done before. But needless to say, no regrets. It has changed the hearts and minds of thousands and thousands of people when we've stood on stage in front of people that didn't know that they know somebody that's gay, lesbian, bisexual, transgender, and we've been able to change their hearts and minds. And that's what it's all about.
It's changing those hearts and minds. Anytime you start a group or a leader of a group, there's so many challenges. What, from a leadership standpoint, what are challenges? And then what would you give people, what advice would you give people who are leading not only a choral or musical organization, but any group who have challenges to face? What were some of the advice that you would give them from all your years of experience, Gary?
It's really easy to be a leader and have your ideas and want to put those forward. To me, one of the best things that you can learn as a leader, you have to listen to the people that are in your group. They are the group. And if they feel like they're not being heard, you're not meeting their needs individually as well as the group, you're missing the boat. You need to know what your people want, what they think, what they need, what they feel, and then put that all together with what you know that you can accomplish with the tools that you have.
So listening, we've heard that our entire life about listening.
Yes.
And then your partner, you and Richard have been together for some time. Uh,
40 years.
how long?
40 years.
40 years. Let's see. And we said we joke in straight life that's like 3,000 years.
Yes.
Together that long. That
Yes.
same question, you're going to answer the same thing. It's going to say listening, but what's the secret to one secret? What is one of the secrets to a long-term relationship? I think that everyone strives for. That's also a challenge.
You have to talk and you have to listen to each other. In some ways, it's not more different than a group, but the honesty, listening to each other, and making sure that you value the things that are important to your partner. It's not just about you, it is about us.
Mm. That I am still learning and still learning what that is and how to make that priority. So, of all there's been so much going on with the course. Are there any memorable experiences that you have, or most? I know you've got a million most proud moments. Are there any of those you want to share with people who have maybe not been there before, or?
Well, and I was involved with not just gay choruses. I also was the artistic director of the Lambda Chorale, which was gay, lesbian, bisexual, transgender, and even some of our members' children that all sang together. And I conducted them for 12 years. And then I actually returned back to them later on. But yes, we were singing for the City of Hope. It's an organization that supports cancer research as well as AIDS research.
Hmm.
And this was at the Theater of the Performing Arts on Miami Beach, now called the Fillmore. And Chuck Zink, Captain Chuck from years ago, did the introduction, and he read our whole 2-page bio. I told him to pick a couple of, lines, but he read the whole thing. And when the curtain opened, nobody applauded. 3,000 people, nobody applauded. I could see the terror on my singers' faces. And we opened with a Cy Coleman piece. And when we got done with that piece, they cheered and applauded.
Hmm.
And we finished with a piece called "Living with a Person Living with AIDS" by Romanofsky and Phillips. Just an amazing duo. That it's really sad they're not singing together anymore. But it is a powerful, powerful piece. And we took our bows, the curtain closed, the audience didn't stop. So here's 3,000 people that had no concept of what they were going to see on that stage, what those men and women were going to look like, be like. And when we got done, they became our biggest fan club, and many of them bought tickets to our future concerts. It was really an amazing experience. And with the men's courses, we had similar experiences, but I have to say, not quite so dramatic as that.
Hmm. That's kind of leading to my next question. I always like to hear from musicians who've been on stage because I have a slew of them. Are there any, oh no, that just happened on stage moments? I've dropped music, I've turned through pages, all kinds of fun. We dropped handbells on the floor one time, literally on the floor, and she just kept playing and picked it up and just kept ringing. Do you have any fun stories like that you're allowed to share that you've been told?
Sure. And I know that my friend Aaron, who was a baritone with me, he won't mind. We were doing a piece in Hebrew, and I was actually up on a podium, and he was part of the circle that was dancing, and he hit the podium, not really very hard, but he hit it. And I actually walked down the steps of the podium and then back up to the top. And I just kept conducting. And at the end of the concert, everybody started laughing, going, "That was really amazing when you went down the podium and had to get back up again." I don't remember it.
Oh.
I don't even remember. I just kept conducting. And what do I say?
When I took some conducting courses,
It
they
didn't
told
fall
us, they
apart.
told us to conduct while we were talking, so we could keep a 4 pattern while we were talking. And that sounds like that's what you've done.
That was it. Just kept
Yeah.
it going.
Yep. And I always like to ask musicians too, what is your favorite piece or one of your favorite pieces to conduct and why?
Oh, let's see. There are some pieces. They're affectionately known as the Reese's Pieces because the conductor was Mark Reese, and they were written for the New York City Gay Men's Chorus. And there's three of them. I saw three ships. Um, God rest you, merry gentlemen, and one more. They are three of my very, very favorite pieces. There's a piece called "Home for the Holidays" that was written for the Los Angeles Gay Men's Chorus, and it's a piece I have always, always, always loved. And then, interestingly enough, the men opened the second half of their concert last night with an Ave Maria that I have conducted 3 times for double choir. And it is truly an amazing spiritual experience to be able to conduct that piece. And let me just add, I would travel a long way to hear the chorus do it again, just like they did last night.
Yeah. Don't make me cry too. Last night, Gary makes everybody cry all the time because he's so sweet. Last night was Sunday night, the holiday concert for the Gay Men's Chorus of South Florida. A spectacular, amazing concert out at our own Seminole Hard Rock Hotel and Casino in Hollywood, Florida. And then you all had your packed holiday concert as well. I want to say congratulations on all of that.
Thank you.
And I've been telling what a legacy that you are leaving for generations to come. So tell us about the transition. People should go now to Gay Men's Chorus of South Florida.
Absolutely. They should go see the Gay Men's Chorus of South Florida under the truly inspired leadership of Gabe and Anthony. They're wonderful conductors. You could see the joy on the faces of the men. That's what it's all about. They're making music. They're happy about the music they're making. They're happy to be with the men they're standing with on stage. There's not much more you can ask for as a conductor or even somebody in the audience. That's what makes your experience so magnificent.
Will's helping us in the background. We'll go ahead and pull up the Gay Men's Chorus website if you have it. And if not, we'll put up the Fort Lauderdale Gay Men's Chorus. I want them to see both of the websites so they have it and so they can go there for that information. You've also got amazing coming up, spectacular here at Drink Bar, which is going to be December 20th, 2022 here at Drink Bar on Wilton Drive. Now, we asked you before what's going on, and you got to say,
I don't know. I've been told to show up. I've seen the publicity. And what I'm looking forward to is to show up and spend time with, I know, men and women who are very special to me in my life and have been with the choruses for the last 37 years.
And we've talked before, every holiday, also being a church musician, every holiday, every occurrence of this, you're always on task. And this is your chance that you have earned so hard to show up and smile and let somebody else plan it and do something for Gary.
We laughed last week. I went to the tree lighting in Wilton Manors, and I didn't carry a piano or lift a music stand. I just went. I applauded when the lights all went on. I applauded when the men sang. It was a new experience.
It's a new experience. Can you? And I have sometimes hard time cutting off and thinking, well, we should have done this or should have done this. I can't cut it off in my mind when I go to church sometimes.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. We want to put up your website. Now, you're not retiring completely. You are still working, and Richard, in real estate.
Yes.
So Will can put up your real estate page for you. Gary, tell us about that.
When I retired from teaching in 2018, I got my license and joined my husband as a real estate agent with Coldwell Banker on the Miami Beach, Fort Lauderdale Beach office. And we have formed the Pride and Power team. And we're actively doing real estate here in the Broward County area. And I have to say, I'm really loving it. It's really a great experience.
That's well, and I'm sure whoever works with you is also having an amazing experience.
I hope so.
Yeah. I've been putting up here. Your email is very difficult. Gary.Keating. It's pretty simple. At FloridaMoves.com. And then Richard.Schultz at FloridaMoves.com as well.
Yes.
Yeah. So again, congratulations on this wonderful milestone. And thank you from me. I get to tell you on camera, thank you from me and everyone for just all the hard work, because I know how much work it is, and for all the hard work of years that you have put in. And like I said, the legacy that you'll leave.
Thank you. It's
Yeah.
certainly been an honor.
Yeah. Before we close out, is there anything you wanted to share that I didn't share? Oh, we want to put up the cover story, Will. Will's going to put up the cover story. One of the things that I'm most appreciative of is when we started Outclick Magazine, Gary and the chorus were some of the most supportive of us. We're going to put up the cover story if Will can get it up. Do you remember taking the pictures back at the church when we did the cover story?
Out in the field.
Yeah, we stood out there in the field. Will's working on that. We'll get that up. Yeah, we stood out there in the field. This was our first. Let me pull it up here. There we go.
And I have to say, now as a realtor, my husband and I are very, very proud to support Outclick, and Outclick supports us, and it has been an effective vehicle for us to get our business out there. So from me to you, thank you.
This was back when we really didn't know a lot about photo shoots, but it came off so beautiful there with the boats, trees, and everything. It really came out so beautiful, and I was so proud of that issue for what we got to represent with both the chorus, the church, and so thank you for that as well, Gary. It's people like you. I always say, no matter how hard I work, I couldn't do it without the hard work and support of so many people like you.
Well, thank you.
Yeah. So we're going to close out. Anything you wanted to add or share that I didn't bring up?
I don't think so. The Gay Men's Chorus is spectacular, and they're going to keep this legacy going. They've got some inspired leadership, and if you miss their concerts, your fault for missing it, because your life will be inspired and improved emotionally by being there.
Yes, it is not just one of their missions. It's not just music. It's not just relationship.
Correct.
It's what we call a social change agent, and that's open.
Don't forget, you can always join.
And you can always join there. And if you can't join, there's probably lots of other volunteer opportunities. And part of your title is going to be out there fundraising now and keeping the things going. Even you're not going to get to retire. You're still sucked into it. You're still going to be part of it.
You know me too well, Stephen.
I do know you too well. You are not going to let any grass grow under your feet during retirement. Well, Gary, you're always such a delight. I can't begin to thank you enough. Again, Gary Keating at FloridaMoves.com or Richard Schultz at FloridaMoves.com as well. We are Outclick.com, and that's OUTCLIQUE.com. Gary, thank you again. We wish you happy holidays, Merry Christmas, and happiness and success in this next journey of life to you.
Thank you so much.
Thank you so much. And everyone, happy holidays to you as well.